Today, I wanted to share some of the random pieces of gear I've acquired over the past year that have genuinely changed how I make content, use my cameras, store my gear, capture behind the scenes content, kind of just a bunch of random scenarios I encounter while I'm doing photography and videography. Most of it too is very affordable, and they all relate to photography and videography in some way. All of this stuff too can be for amateurs or professionals, or just hobbyists alike as well. This video is also sponsored by Ugreen and their NAS, the DXP 4800 Plus, which we will talk about in a minute. If you don't know me, my name's Dustin, your video tour guide, and let's just get started. So the first thing is I've gotten more into 35mm photography. I actually made a video about this recently if you want to go watch that. Something I noticed though when I took a bunch of those film rolls to Japan is they were just everywhere in my bag. I had no proper place to put them, so that got me thinking, well, maybe there's some kind of holder I could buy. And guess what? I've got two options for you. One is, I guess you could say, the beginner one, and the other one is for maybe the pro. So this one comes from Kodak, and it holds up to 5 different rolls. There could be some other options that only hold like 2 or 3 rolls, and there's a bunch of different colors variations as well, but it only cost me like 20 bucks, and yeah, just gives some kind of holder to hold all of my film. Recently though, Polar Pro released kind of like a beefed up version that's waterproof and more hardcore. It does cost a bit more. I believe that this one was 50 bucks, but I decided to buy it as well, and it's actually where my film, if I can open it, is living right now, because sometimes I travel in pretty unknown locations with unpredictable weather, so I figured that this would be a good buy because I would be devastated if some of my undeveloped film got ruined. By the way, most everything that I talk about in this video I've bought myself, but some was sent to me, so I will call out what I've bought myself and what brands have sent me something. But everything here I would have bought regardless if they sent it or not, but these 2 items specifically I bought myself. Now next thing is this magnetic camera strap from Falcam. Now I love these things because they're just so small, so these would actually, loop and go onto your camera, and then they just magnetize into the hook like that. They're just so small and easy to move to other cameras as well, and just super easy to latch on to the clip and fast and convenient. So I love it. And if you have any worry about the strength of this magnetic part, I actually pulled my truck by the magnetic clip. So yeah, I don't think you should worry about your camera falling out of this. Now Falcam did give this to me when I was at the convention and chatted with them, just so you know, but I was eyeballing the strap anyways, because yeah, they actually did a commercial or a little social media ad where they pulled a car, and that's where I got interested. So but yeah, I've used a bunch of other straps in the past, and I just haven't been a big fan of them. They're either not as quick, or they're just more inconvenient to get my camera off, or they use like a specific plate and they take a minute. Yeah, anyways, I like this one a lot. Now the next thing is this little Alpaka Sling Bag. Now it's gonna make a bit more sense why I like this when I talk about the last 2 items on this list. But it's just a really nice little small bag for storing, anything when I wanna travel light. You can put your wallet, camera, lens, other accessories. You can probably guess what those last 2 items on the list are. But speaking of storage and keeping things safe, specifically digital items safe, like photos and videos, that's where the sponsor of this video comes to the rescue, Ugreen and their NAS. Now this is the DXP 4800 Plus, and I've been using it for the past 6 months, and guess what it did for me? It turned these hard drives into this. I can't tell you how much stress it has relieved from me to not only have all of my freelance and YouTube files in one place, but also all of my family videos and pictures. Gone are the days of my wife asking me where a specific video or photo is. Now she can just log into our Ugreen NAS and find it herself. That's right, a NAS is basically just a hard drive that's connected to your home network, so it's much easier to access and back up your files. Now, some of my favorite things about my DXP 4800 Plus, it's right over there at my desk, is they also have an app. I use an Android with Mac computer, so I can't really take advantage of airdropping files to my phone, but now I can just download any photos or videos directly from the app. I can even connect to my NAS remotely and upload files and videos without being on my home network. The other thing that I use my NAS specifically for is one of my favorite things, and this is more for the professional video photo side of things, is that it supports an NVMe drive. So I put one in there as my editing drive where I have all my working projects, so I can even edit directly from the NAS. And there's even a cool feature that allows the NVMe drive to automatically back up into my archive on the NAS, so that I know my files are safe and I don't even have to remember to back it up. And there's also a slew of other cool features as well that I didn't really cover, like semantic search in the photo app. You can even train that search to recognize features that you define in a photo. You can also stream videos, and there's tons of other things that I haven't covered. It seriously changed my workflow as a creator and how I store and access all of my files. So if you want to check out the DXP 4800 Plus or any of the other NASs Ugreen has available, there's a link in the description, and they will be doing a 20% off sale for Black Friday. So it might be a good idea to grab one soon. By the way, everything I talk about in this video, I'll have links to, and they will be affiliate links. So if you use those, thank you. They help out the channel a lot. Okay, now the next items that I use seriously every day, and it's changed how I charge all of my accessories, my phone, my laptop, my batteries. It's these GAN chargers. Is that what they're called? Or GAN blocks. This one is actually from Ugreen, but I bought it myself, so it's not connected. They didn't send it to me or anything, but this is another one from Anker. Like I said, not only is this my method for charging my phone and laptop, yes, it can charge both a laptop and a phone at the same time, but also all of the batteries and things I use with my camera. I used to have 3 different chargers that were plugged in that would charge only one battery at a time. Actually, I think it's on the floor right here. So yeah, I used to have this thing right here, and it would charge one battery at a time, and I had to have one of these plugged in every single, yeah, it was terrible. And that doesn't even include all the other batteries that I have. I have so many other batteries that I need to charge. See how significantly smaller it is than that Apple charging block? Yeah, so it's great for travel as well. Same with this one. Speaking of charging though, I mentioned I used to have 3 different chargers for my camera batteries. Well, now I only have one that charges 3 batteries at a time. It's a charger from Jupio. And I think this is Peter Lindgren's brand that he has, or company, but they have ones that work with any camera brand. Mine is for LUMIX because that's what I use. But seriously, I love this thing. And it also can store SD cards and micro SD cards, regular SD cards, and CF Express as well. And you can even see how much charge is left in the batteries as well. No more just like putting it into your camera and flipping it on and seeing, is that a full battery? I don't know. So yeah, you can put them in here and it'll tell you, yeah, it's charged. Also in a pinch, it has an output power as well. It does use the battery power from these batteries to charge whatever it's connected to, but hey, in a pinch, it's nice to have that option. The next item is a fun one, and it also relates to the last thing on this list, and it's this Kodak printer. So this connects via Bluetooth with your phone, and you can print any picture from your phone. We actually bought a camera that does pictures like these. It'll do like those little, what are they called, like Polaroid pictures. But we haven't used it because we always forget to bring that camera. You know, every now and again, I just want to print a little picture and put it in a scrapbook that I took with my phone. Well, now I can with this thing. It is a bit more of a pricey printer. It's about $100, at least that's what I bought it for. But the print quality and convenience of it, I think it's worth it, but that's just me. Oh, I forgot to mention, this costs, I think like $50, $40. This one was like $55 because it is a higher wattage output. And then this, I think, is $130. So there you go. And I bought this myself, bought this myself. Let's move on to the next item on this list. And this applies to mostly just content creators. It's this wireless video transmitter from Shimbol. Now, Shimbol did send me this, but the reason why I'm including it in this list is because usually wireless video solutions are pretty pricey, but this one costs less than $100. The latency is about 90 milliseconds and the range isn't incredible. I haven't fully tested it yet, but if you just want wireless monitoring for your client or for even YouTube, like this, what I'm doing right now, I'm actually doing it with the Hollyland, but the Hollyland is much more expensive than this. You just can't go wrong with these. They also look pretty cool, and yeah, it's funny because they sent me these and I started using them on a shoot actually, but then Hollyland sent me theirs. So I have ended up just using the Hollyland one, but just for the price to make any camera wireless, I think it's a steal of a deal. Now the next thing is this NEEWER light wand. Now I did buy this myself, and there's other lights like this that do exist from other brands, but I just really like this one. This touch color wheel is really cool. It's easy to operate. It's small, has a built-in battery. It's almost always what I use for my fill light, except for in this video because, you know, I wanted to hold it and show it off in the video, or even for just like product things, or if I just want to pop a color somewhere, like for light painting or something like that. Yeah, it's just a good, affordable light. Hello. Light. Yeah, we're talking about light. We got a visitor. We're talking about lights, huh, dude? Now, I think I bought this light wand when it was like 80 bucks or so. So, yeah, it's pretty affordable too. Careful. Hello. Bye. Are you leaving? Okay, bye. Now, the last 3 items on this list are a bit more pricey, but this next item in particular is seriously like one of the most game-changing pieces of tech I own now. And it's these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. If you don't know what they do, they have a camera on here that'll record vertical videos in 1 to 3 minute segments. Now, capturing behind the scenes content on your phone is great for short form content, but I'm really bad at it. And sometimes I just want to be able to capture something like in the moment while I'm filming it. And I don't always have someone to hold the phone for me. The crazy thing is the first few videos I used to create short form content of me, those videos got millions of views. One specifically, 3.2 million and counting. I also gained over 7,000 followers on Instagram from those videos. Yeah, pretty much already got my return on investment on these things. They also just function as normal sunglasses. Mine are transition lenses, that's why they're clear right now. But you can even use them to capture like family moments instead of using your phone. It just keeps going. There's even little speakers on them, so while I'm cooking or shopping for groceries or something like that, I can listen to music, YouTube, a movie, whatever. I love these things so much, and for everything they do, they're honestly pretty affordable in my opinion. Especially if you know how much a pair of Ray-Bans costs without the camera and speakers, you're getting kind of a great deal. They start at about $300 and just go up from there. Mine were $379, I believe, just because I bought the transition lens version, since I knew I would likely be using these indoors and outdoors. I don't think I look the best in them, but that's okay. I think I look better in my Oakley sunglasses, but hey, whatever. It's just mostly for content and yeah, listening to music for while I'm cooking or whatever. The next item on this list is probably one of the coolest lenses for a camera I have ever come across. It's this one. Hold on, let me remove the cover. Yep, this is what you call a pancake lens, but it's honestly like a mint lens. It's tiny and it's for full frame cameras. It's made by a brand called Brightin, and it's a 28mm f2.8. Yeah, the f2.8 kind of blew my mind. To change the f-stop, you have to spin this little wheel right here and the focus with this notch right here. Now, it's not a perfect lens. It's got imperfections and disadvantages, like the minimum focus distance is like 2.3 feet, I believe. But it just has a lot of cool character. It is just a blast to use. It's just my go-to lens when I want a really small, light, and inconspicuous setup, or if I'm just trying to have fun. I think it cost me about $350, and I bought the lens in M mount, so there's a mount you have to use to adapt it. But yeah, then I can just adapt it easily to, you know, lots of different cameras. Also, a disadvantage is like, it is so hard to get on and off the mount, which leads me to the last item on this list, and it is my LUMIX S9. Now, LUMIX did send me this camera, but it is one of my favorite cameras, especially for travel and capturing family moments, and I would 100% buy it myself if I didn't have one. And LUMIX is just the brand I like anyways. Now, the question you might ask is, why do I love it? Well, if I put this lens on the camera, then I can put it in the Alpaka Sling Bag. Yeah, you thought I forgot about that. This is now the perfect little travel setup. I used it on my vacation to Orlando just last month. Sorry, let me get back to some of the things that I love on the S9 besides just how compact it is. And that is the ability to transfer my photos directly to my phone via the LUMIX Lab app. All the pictures you saw, by the way, in this video were with the LUMIX S9 using different LUTs that you can combine. You can even add noise and grain. Like, it's just a fun camera. Then, since I can easily transfer photos, you can do videos as well, to my phone, I can use the Kodak printer to print them. You can kind of see why like a lot of these items on this list are kind of all linking together. Not all of them, but a lot of them. This camera is also just insane from a specs perspective. Like, it's basically just as good at everything that my S5 II and my S5 IIX, which I'm filming on right now, can do besides recording for long periods of time. So be aware of that. It used to have a record limit, but now it doesn't anymore. And it will overheat eventually when you're recording for long periods, so keep that in mind. And then the camera itself costs $1,500 new without a lens, but I think you can get it with a lens for around $1,800. So it is a bit more pricey, but trust me, this camera is a crazy value if you compare it to a lot of the competition out there at this price point. And it's a full frame camera that shoots 6K. If you want to watch a video I filmed on the S9, I'll link it in the corner. And yeah, go check that out. That's pretty much it though. Remember, if you're interested in any of this stuff, it'll be linked in the description. And if you want to see more videos of me, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads. Till the next video though, happy filming.